Sometimes a prayer takes years to write. Mine did. It wasn't written in a quiet retreat or during a church service. It began in places of unimaginable suffering. In 2016, shortly before retiring, after almost 50 years in education, my wife and I traveled through Eastern Europe. As a history teacher, I had always wanted to visit places I had taught about for many years, especially countries behind the Iron Curtain, but nothing prepared me for what I would experience. Standing beside the Shoes on the Danube memorial in Budapest, walking through the House of Terror Museum, also in Budapest, visiting Terezín concentration camp near Prague, I found myself overwhelmed. The photographs, the stories, the children's artwork, the unimaginable suffering. As I reflected on everything I had seen, one question kept returning to me. How should a follower of Jesus respond to a hurting world? I couldn't end wars. I couldn't eliminate poverty. I couldn't undo the terrible events of history. What I perhaps could do was to become a little more like Jesus in the way I treated the people around me. When I returned to my home at the time in Australia, I spent many weeks praying and reflecting. During that time, two prayers emerged. One became my global prayer for peace. The other was much shorter. It simply said, Jesus, let me see with your eyes, hear with your ears, reach out with your hands, walk your talk with your feet, and love with your love. I began praying those words every morning, not because they were beautifully written, but because they reminded me how I wanted to live. A few years passed. Then, while researching the life of Barnabas for a book I was writing, one additional line quietly came into my heart. Connect with your heart. Suddenly, the prayer felt complete. Only later did I realize something that brought a smile to my face. Without intending to, I had written a prayer that described the life of Barnabas. Barnabas saw potential in people. He listened. He encouraged. He walked alongside others. He mentored St. Paul. He loved generously. No wonder the early church called him the son of encouragement. Today, I still pray these words. They don't make my life easier, but they do remind me that changing the world begins with changing the way I see the person standing in front of me. Here is the prayer, the Barnabas Prayer. Jesus, let me see with your eyes, hear with your ears, reach out with your hands, walk your talk with your feet, connect with your heart, and love with your love. In your precious name I pray. Amen. If this prayer speaks to you, I've made it available as a free download on my website. There's no sign-up, no email list. It's simply my gift to anyone who wants to become a little more like Barnabas and a little more like Jesus. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.